Watch this bit. This is good.
Oh, Atari. Oh, oh, Atari. Oh, yes, it's that's a song, that is. It's one of them songs things. Because we're having a sing-song, because it's... No, I'm not having a sing-song at all. But it's time for another Atari VCS update. And it's a manufacturing update. Aren't you excited? I know I am. Hey! And this time it's about late January, early February 2020 factory news. Well, that's quite handy because we're just past late January and we're into early February because, as you can see, it's February the 4th. And according to this is a 4-minute read. Let's see how long it takes me to go through it. Oh, these are hilarious. So as we're just about to get into it, there's a shot of the... it's the sort of manufacturing process. And as you can see at the top there, it says Atari. So this indicates that they're having it done in a plant where they're not the only people having their product put together. They're just sort of hiring out a bit of space. So it's not as if they could even... You think if this was like a proper situation, they'd be just having their own plant, making only their product. But no, it's... just one plant doing all kinds of bits and pieces, and they're just sort of sectioning a little bit off for Atari. That's, it gets worse and worse. But what gets better and better is you can subscribe to this channel right now. And if you click on the little bell to get all the notifications, then that means that every time I post a video, you'll get notified about it, which is fantastic because otherwise you're waiting for it to show up on the internet here and there. And, the best thing you do, click on the notification bell and you find out straight away. Fantastic. And if you love me even more than you say you do, I now have a little membership thing down... I was going to say downstairs or down below. Well, it's technically down below. If you sort of go down to the video description bit, you can see the join button, and you can join from just 99 pence per month, or it might be 99 cents. I'm not quite sure. But click on it and you get lots of fancy little symbols for when you post in the comments, and you help support this channel. It's fantastic. Go ahead and do that now. Thank you. But getting past that picture of the Atari VCS factory production area, the first half of January was very productive for the Atari VCS initiative on several fronts. After a busy week of sharing live demos of working Atari VCS units, all we saw was like a bit of footage of something that was probably running off a PC. It didn't particularly show it was running off that actual console in the video. So we'll get into that later though. Anyway, after a week of busy showing that and software with enthusiastic partners, retailers and press at CES, the team went straight to China. Did they come back? Oh blimey, what the hell's going on there? Is your Atari VCS going to be infested with the coronavirus? Well, fear not, because the coronavirus is far less invasive than the flu. If you got the flu kills thousands and thousands and thousands of people every year, and the coronavirus is minuscule by comparison. So don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Anyway, over a 2-week period in January, the team supervised a fresh pre-production run of the Atari VCS development units, departing just as the factory team was preparing for their annual 2-week holiday break and New Year celebrations. Why are they having a break when this thing hasn't even come out yet and it's about 2 years delayed? Oh. We have explained in a previous blog many of the refinements we'd be making in the next build, which we've covered all that before. So rather than be redundant, we present an extended gallery of new factory photos with limited comments. Now, if you're a fan of Take Heart from the 80s, then as I show these pictures, these look a bit sort of masked out. What's going on there? What's there a click on there? I can click on... Ooh, it looks very dodgy, doesn't it? Ooh, what's going on there? Ooh, miss. Okay, well, I've tried, refreshing it and all the rest of it, and this one just is not playing ball at all. Can you guess what it is yet? Can you tell what it is yet? Answers on a postcard, please, to P.O. Box Atari, 13 Credibility Street, London. Yeah, let's just skip that one and see what other pictures they've got. I mean, that's a working prototype which they've then had to mask out because they don't quite trust it. That's what I'm going with. So as you can see, these are Atari VCS assembly jigs. Yes, we have finally come across those mythical jigs. The things I didn't understand that people have had to point out to me. Let's have a quick zoom in on one of them. Whoa, I think at the top there's presumably like a serial number. They don't want to put out there, but it's got a whole load of bits and pieces on there that they're cutting parts out of, I think. Someone explain that to me better than I can. Thank you. And there's another one. Oh, f*** off. And there we have something with some levers on. Yes, it's another part of the production process. And here's the next one, which shows it's the Atari VCS assembly jigs and the PCB building. Ooh, isn't that exciting? What could that be? Well, apparently it's for the Atari VCS, but again, we don't know for sure. It could be that one that's made up by that 24-hour company. They just knocks them up in 24 hours and just stick Atari on it. Amazing. There's another assembly thingy. These are the assembly jigs and USB components. That's the jig. That's a bit more of it all. And then we get some USB components. Yay! And this is the Atari VCS box build station. And then we have the Atari VCS box build process. So that's one picture. There's picture number 2. And picture number 3. And the Atari VCS pre-production units awaiting final assembly. And there's some more of them. A little bit of a blurry picture there in front. And then we have a completed Atari VCS unit with the authentic classic wood finish. Ooh, it's real wood. Amazing. But you have to wonder, why are the USB ports so bloody far apart? That's really weird. You put the USB ports together. Can you imagine having a USB port on your PC that's like one at the front and like one down the hall? It makes no sense. And these are the Atari VCS Onyx production units ready for shipping. And as you can see, 2 of the USB ports are close together, so it'll be the ones on the front, which again, it's just really, really weird, that is. The ones that are far apart. And there's another picture. And one more picture there. So the January build cycle resulted in a supply of new and improved Atari VCS pre-production dev kit units, many of which are already in the hands of content developers, with more going out starting this week. The streamlined and bright red Atari VCS PCB boards shown in the accompanying photos are upgrades over the original navy blue boards we have previously shared images of. Never end a sentence with the word of. It's of which we have previously shared images. Oh, God. Yeah. Anyway, gripe aside, the plastic... well, we've got many gripes with the Atari VCS, that's for sure. The plastic housings in this new batch have still not been updated to final finishes. So they're still taking their sweet damn time. Ugh. Anyway, then we got onto the Atari OS and dashboard improvements. Maybe it exists this time. Ha ha ha. While the hardware was getting a lot of post-CES attention at the factory, our software teams were delivering fresh builds of the Atari VCS operating system and dashboard. Since returning from China and receiving new units, we've begun working on updated videos to better showcase the latest work-in-progress builds of the OS and the dashboard. Below is an easy-to-follow run-through of an updated dashboard build shot at Atari HQ. The video shows pre-production Atari VCS connected to a TV monitor and powered up with full internet connection and Atari modern controller. Our user logs in and navigates around the VCS dash to open AntStream, several popular web-based streaming services, and finally play some games in the Atari Vault. This is the same hardware and work-in-progress software build that our content partners are currently working with, and newer software than what was shown at CES. Please note that all IP marks and blah 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 are depicted for demonstrating purposes only and are the sole propriety of the respective rights owners. Yes, it's a rights disclaimer. Who cares? It's just a video. Let's get on with it. So we'll go through the video now. This is Atari VCS dashboard test build version number 30. Let's see what we've got here. We've got the back end of a TV. That's exciting. What else can they do with the back end of a TV? Oh, here's a man. He's setting up a TV. That's art. You see, this is what they're trying to do now. They're trying to say this is the actual Atari VCS unit. It's a working thing. It's the real final deal, and it somehow needs an internet thing plugged into the back of it. Even though, isn't it supposed to do Wi-Fi? I'm pretty damn sure it's supposed to be. Anyway, they're trying to show they've got at least one working unit. Will yours be the one that's working? That's a good sort of like what do you call it? Lucky dip. A lucky dip. So you spend your $400. Will you get the one that's got working insides? Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? So there it opens up the dashboard, and there's the asteroids-inspired Atari Splash logo, which, yeah, yeah, but you're going to get sick of seeing that every 5 seconds, every time you open it up. And his password is 12345. Oh, 12356. I do beg your pardon. And that's how he gets into it. Yeah, because every time you switch on your console, you have to put a password in, don't you? No, you don't. Ridiculous. I mean, yeah, it's, you know, it'll save your password when you log into your PlayStation, for example, but you don't have to keep typing it in every damn time. It's not as if people are going to be clamouring in to log into your flipping Atari VCS. You're going to have a burglar coming in. Well, I won't nick your TV. I won't nick your PlayStation. I won't nick your Xbox, whatever. But I will log into your Atari VCS. Give us a damn password. I don't need to. It's 123456. Thank you very much. And yeah, and so on and so forth. And they'll get, yeah, you see the burglars, they will get hooked playing with your Atari VCS. So you'll then wake up in the middle of the night, you'll see what they're doing, and you'll bop them on the head, lock them up in the bathroom, under the toilet, and then ready for the police to arrive. Brilliant, eh? Okay, so here's a quick demo. Obviously, it's showing Destroyer. Presumably, this is the arcade version playing. It does look quite fancy, but you know, it's the kind of thing that you could play very cheaply. Yeah, it probably costs you might download it for 50p for a test, but you wouldn't spend $400 on the entire thing, would you? No. But this man seems happy with what he's doing, even though it seems flipping easy to score points in the time that he's doing it. He's got bored now, and he's gone back to the menu. Do you want to quit? Do you want to play a game? No. Do you want another game of Lee Carvalho's putting challenge? No. Oh, he's going into Netflix now, just to show you that Netflix can work. He's having a quick scan through the menus, and he's selecting Lost in Space. Now, why is he using the little joystick thing as a what do you call it? The not D-pad, the red thing. He's using it as like a mouse. Why can't he not just use a D-pad to cycle between things? I don't know. But anyway, he's going to Netflix, and as you'll see, he doesn't leave it running for too long because I don't want to get a copyright claim on this, and neither do they. So they just show a very tiny bit of the opening of the first episode of Lost in Space before it's back to the Atari menu, which apparently has Disney Plus on it. Do Disney know about that? And see, as it flips past the games like Asteroids, Crystal, yeah, and it's got Asteroids. They've now got the S on it. Brilliant. That's worth $400. Crystal Castles and whatever the other one was. That's, yeah. That just scans straight past. Why does it not show it? That's very odd. Anyway, so a quick screenshot and then skipping the others. And then into, like I said, a promotional video. Yeah, the Atari VCS Vault, and just showing us the Yard's Revenge, Crystal Castles, Warlords there before. That looks like Planet Earth, I think, the Blue Planet 2, whatever it is, with that fake global warming thing. You know, before plant life, 700 million years ago, there were 4,000... Oh, it's ended already. Amazing. I'll just continue briefly. There were 4,000 parts per million of CO2 in the air before plant life 700 million years ago. Then plants came along and reduced that down. Then there was like about 250 parts per million of CO2 in the atmosphere instead of 4,000 thanks to plants. And now thanks to mankind, they've pushed it up to 400. 400. Yeah, so 4,000 was, you know, the Earth was quite happy with. And now it's only on 400, and yet somehow we're killing the planet. Just go away, Attenborough. Thank you. Anyway, so we're on to the next steps in China, and the Chinese government has extended the New Year holiday an extra week until February the 10th. We are in close contact with our teams in China, hopefully not too close, and when the factory reopens they will gauge the impact that the coronavirus may or may not have on the next few weeks of production. Well, they needed an excuse just to eke this out, didn't they? Because they've not got anything ready. In the meantime, we will send our Chinese factory team and all affected partners best wishes for a safe and speedy end to this situation. Well, if you listen to the liberal media, it sounds like the world's about to end. But anyway, they're always like that. We remain dedicated and determined to do whatever is needed to drive the Atari VCS project forward to a successful delivery, and will continue to provide updates as and when we get them. Blah, blah, blah. So that's the end of that. Now, there are a few comments, so we'll just click on them because they are great. So we've got a few, awesome, that kind of palaver, but Chopsus Maxima says, so given you a week's away from production and shipping in December, are you now days away from when the factory reopens? When do you expect to ship your now very tired and loyal backers? Have we lost the perk of being a 3-month pre-delivery over Walmart? What bonuses do you have planned for backers given the repeated delays? No bonuses. No bonus. You're not getting anything. Don't think you're actually still getting something. Ha ha ha. Brutally Honest Gamer, true, says, I'm glad to see this project a step closer to production and video of the system running, but why weren't the games that were off to the side of the screen, Asteroid Centipede and I missed the other, it was Crystal Castles, not accessible? Every time it just went from page to page and skipped over them. Yeah, exactly. What's all that about? Some news is better than none, says Mark Wheater. Well, if you want some completely irrelevant news, I've had to stop recording this a couple of times because I keep knocking my pop filter, which is like sort of jerry-rigged to the desk, so it acts as a pop filter, and I keep knocking it off the flipping desk. So that's some news, but it's irrelevant news. Meanwhile, Chris Smith says, so am I guessing with the coronavirus quarantine that shipments are going to be a bit delayed? Yeah, it's just going to be delayed forever. Anyway, thanks very much for watching for this latest update. It's very late as I finish this off. I've been up. I had 3 hours sleep last night. I'm shattered now, and I don't feel very well. And I've got a pain in the upper right of my chest, which is I've learned from the doctor, is a muscular injury as a result of doing an awful lot of typing on a keyboard. I thought, because I have a heart condition, I thought I was going to die. No. If it's on the left-hand side of your chest, that's a heart thing, so that's the one to worry about. So that's okay. But because I'm still getting this thing happening as I speak now, it's like early February. I had it in sort of early January and sort of mid-December, along with some hypertension, which I get anyway, and that caused me to feel very lightheaded. I was not very well, but that sort of passed after about 40 minutes. But still, I thought, what if it comes back? Anyway, so I've had the pain 3 times now, and I went to the doctor and got it looked at, and they've confirmed I'm still alive. So that's a good thing. As the song says, I'm still alive, and it's time for some cake. But the cake is a lie. Remember that. And if you've not played Portal, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. And if you've not played Portal, you flipping well should do, because it's flipping brilliant. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Please like this video and share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the little bell for all the notifications, and go join that subscriber thing, the membership thing, which is like 99p, 1.99 and 2.99. 99p gets you the little icons as you're typing comments. I think the others don't really get you anything extra, but it depends how much you love me. How much you love me. And with February 14th coming up, ask yourself, how much do you love me? I hope you love me loads. I hope you love me at least 99p's worth. Thank you very much. See you next time. Oh, and cue Genesis.